Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm so excited. I just came up with this little topic earlier today because somebody had asked me that question. And it's something in our business, of course, that we think about and talk about a lot. And it's something that I was having a conversation with my client today. I should just start doing like salon talk because that's kind of what it does, you know, that's what we do. That would have been a good thing to start because my clients and I have some very interesting topics, especially now that I have my own salon and I'm like in my own little studio. I get to learn a whole lot more and be a whole lot more open with people. So it's really exciting. So I'm so excited for everybody that's just jumping on here. And hi, Micah. Haven't seen your pretty face in a while. So I hope everybody's doing good. And I wanted to talk, you know, so many times people don't know what their why is, why you do things, why you get up every morning, why you work so hard, why all of these things. And then you just kind of end up in the rat race, right? So I do a lot of this stuff with my team and some of my, you know, a lot of my friends as well. They're all my friends. But this morning I woke up and put my shirt on, Let Your Light Shine. And I woke up singing this little light of mine. It's really kind of funny because it's just something that's been on my heart all day. Like, what is it that is making you shine every single day? Because it's, you know, it's so important every single day to see and to know and why we do different things. So I think one of the questions that is really good to ask yourself is, what interests you? I wrote a few little notes down and just some questions to think about. You know, so many people out there, whenever you talk to them, you say, what's your why? And they say, oh, my kids. And that's all you get. Like that, they have nothing else to say. I work so hard because of my children or because of this, which is great. It's a good thing that you do, but yourself has to come first in so many different ways so you can give what you can to your family. So, and that's just something that I believe, but it was a really hard struggle for me, especially whenever people would ask me this question, and I would always hear people, oh, my kids are my why. And I have no kids. I'm 35 years old, and that's okay, you know, but that is not the reason why I work so hard. That is not the reason why I do things day in and day out to take care of my family or my kids or anything like that. But a lot of my reasoning why I do what I do, and actually today something else came up, which is really kind of funny because I went to the gym to go work out for the first time in like, I don't know, forever. And I had to remember why I started this, you know, why I started this new journey of eating healthy and working out and what it is that I want to achieve, because I really didn't even want to get out of my car and go to the gym. Like, I just felt defeated already sitting in that parking lot. And I know so many people have definitely had that feeling before because it's terrifying. You know, I'm sitting here like looking at this, hi Melissa, looking at this workout that I have to do that my trainer gave me, and it's defeating. You know, there's a part of you that's like, these are all dude workouts. Like, what am I going to do here? You know, so I'm in my own head thinking, oh, Ashley, just get up and go and walk in the gym. So I did, and I went straight to the locker room, you know, like a V line. And I had to like pull myself together because I've worked out with the trainer, but not like on my own doing, hey, Julie, long time no see, girl. But not like doing my own workout that he planned for me, because some of it I know what it is, but so I'm like sitting here looking on YouTube, you know, I'm definitely that girl in the gym. It's ridiculous. I just get in my own head. I know what I'm doing. I just get in my own head about it, and it's very frustrating. So I had to pull myself together and be like, okay, why are you doing this, Ashley? Like, you're standing on the gym floor looking at your phone. Go pick up a bar, you know, do some squats, do what you know how to do, and just get out of your own head. And I have to tell myself that a lot daily. And I know I'm not the only one. People, come on, give me some love. If you are in your own head daily, you have to give me some love on your emojis, because, you know, I can actually see people's comments now. That's really exciting. When I did a live video yesterday, I had like hearts all over the place, and I didn't even know what was going on. So I'm definitely glad that I are better now. So where are you guys listening from? I want to know. But anyways, so just shoot me some little messages and I'll look at it here in a few minutes. But because I get sidetracked. Yes, every single day, right? Like you get in your own head and you just think, gosh, what am I here for? What am I doing this for? Why? And that that question is never answered. I feel like there's so much that we think of on a daily basis, and then we just push it to the back. And then you get up and you do the same rat race every single day. Our preacher was talking the other day in church, and he was saying, you're grabbing air with two hands. And I have lived my life like that for so long. It's like wake up, do it all over, hustle, bustle. And then you're just constantly just going as fast as you can. And then you're just exhausted and you have no time for what your sole purpose is. And when you find what your sole purpose is, and you're seriously, hi Leah, I love all your hearts, thank you so much. When you find that sole purpose, it's big, and it changes. Yay, I love all the hearts. It changes so much because, so many times it's hard to find that. And I think once you do, you can kind of narrow it down, and then from there, it can change over time, but you have to figure out where you start and where your sole purpose is. And then from there, it's your kids and then your family and whoever else you want to help. So for me, like I said earlier, I don't have children. YOLO. That's awesome. Yes, no kidding. So for me, what interests me the most is travel. I love to travel. It is so exciting to me. But I want to be healthy, and I want to make sure that I'm going to live a long, prosperous life to make sure that I am at the top of what I am. Or what I'm doing, and all of this in life together, and that's my, that's my goal in a lot of things, and why I work so freaking hard day in and day out to do these things that you just got to do. And once you find that part in your life, it's like, oh, okay. So now I'm not grasping with two hands, grasping air, it's mainly only one, and just kind of paddling through. But you just get so caught up in everybody else's lives. And, for the longest time, people would always be like, oh, why don't you have kids? Or, oh, why this? Or why that? And yada, yada, yada. And for me, I would just not say anything. Well, society says you should have kids by now and all of this stuff. And for me, I used to hide from that. So when people would ask me my why, I would never have really an answer, because everybody I had ever always talked to their why was their kids. So for me, it took me a little bit longer to figure out what my why was. And my why in starting working out and eating healthy, which I've had a great success in weight loss and all of that, long journey for the last 2 years, and I feel absolutely amazing. But I am able to now take it to the next level, which I'm very excited about. So I had to sit down and think, okay, Ashley, why are you doing this? Get it in your head of why and what and who, and from there we can figure out, I can get out of my own head when those things are happening. Hi, Lori. So that's what I had to do, especially at the gym today, because I was a hot mess. It was terrible, guys. I felt like I had no idea what I was doing. And then by the end of it, I got it all together and I pulled myself together. I put something on YouTube, and that's what I have to do. I love YouTube Red, because I can just put on something and put my phone in my pocket, and usually it's a positive, I love listening to upbeat, positive things. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to any of that stuff. It's always somebody speaking, podcast, something like that. Yes, taking care of yourself is so, 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 so important. So something happened to us the other day, and we're not really allowed to talk about what happening. So, or what's going on or what we're doing. We can't go into detail, but it really helped me to figure out what my purpose was, because answering all of these questions that I have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 6 questions that I have. And answering those and going through them and saying, okay, and really being honest with yourself. And I'll give y'all these questions here in a little bit. So if anybody's struggling with what their purpose is, and I don't mean just keeping it down to it's my kids, because it is so much deeper than your kids. Hi, Amanda. It's so much deeper than that. Just, oh, my kids are my why. You have to get down to why your kids are your why, and why you are not a priority as well, because your kids are going to grow up and move on with their life, and you're still going to be stuck with yourself. I was telling that to someone the other day, and they kind of looked at me like, what? But it's so true. So you have to find out what makes you tick. Like, I had to find out what makes Ashley happy. Where is it that I draw the line? Where is it that I want to be, at the top, or I want to be, or I'm happy where I am, and all of these things. So, when we were at church the other day, Ryan and I went in, and I went into really big detail with my client today, but we cannot do that on social media because there's some things that they have to protect and we have to protect and all this kind of stuff. But it kind of dawned on me why I work so hard. It's always been to help people. That's always where I feel most comfortable and happy about, which is really kind of funny because my uncle, I lost my granny about 2.5 weeks ago, and my uncle wrote part of the eulogy that I got to talk in. And one of my granny's favorite things when she felt most happy was whenever she was helping people. And guys, for me to read that out loud and to get through that point, I was like, oh my gosh, that is where I get that from. I love to be able to help people constantly. That's the reason why I'm a hairdresser, and we get deep sometimes in some conversations, and they're crazy. I know, what do y'all tell y'all's hairdressers? I know all the good stuff that y'all tell y'all's hairdressers. Every single person does. It is so important. But, it's therapy also. So we are, it's like a bartender, same exact thing. I used to be a bartender, I used to be a hairdresser. I'm like, when does it ever end? Good Lord. But just being strong and being positive and be able to give that positive feedback is helping people. So I always had to do that inward work on me so it would reflect out, like my shirt, let your light shine. It's one of my favorite ones. So I do wear this one very proudly. I just got it, very new. Ellie and Grace online. They're awesome. But anyways, okay, back to it. So I get a little sidetracked sometimes. Yes, Lori, for sure. Being an advocate, yes. So helping people just in general, it doesn't matter what it is. Some people like to help women and proceeding and, doing everything. And some people have different passions. Mine is definitely special needs children. I absolutely love that field. That's where my patients come out. I love be able to help and be a part of special needs children. First and foremost, I absolutely love it. Elderly is not always one of my favorite strong points because it's just not, so finding that and writing that down, which I did. I had to answer all the, these little questions, my little scratch sheet, and then my lovely thought book that is always with me. But, whenever you find that passion, let me go back to where we were at church the other day. So Ryan and I had been talking about some things and praying about some things, and just really how God's going to use us in not only our relationship per se, but just our lives in general, because so much is changing in our lives. For me, like with the salon, some things are changing. And then with him and his business, and then also our other business as well. It's like a lot of things are constantly changing. And we want to be on the up and up, and we want to be good stewards, and we want to be all of these things. But then some days it's like, oh my gosh, how is this all going to happen? And I think hi Angela, I think when you just sit down and really get to the bottom of it, and you really answer these questions, and you think, okay, how can I do what I do on a day-to-day basis, but really I want to walk with the Lord, and I really want to find my purpose. And I was asking that question 100 times over and over and over. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And somebody told me, Ashley, to find what you're created for, you have to be closer to the Creator. And I was like, whoa, I never thought of that. That's awesome. So that helped me. And you never know who's going to walk into your life and minister to you or talk to you about anything. And it's all in those different things that you're taking from people on a day-to-day basis. don't necessarily surround yourself by all those negative people that are tired and exhausted all the time, because you're just going to end up right back with them. And you're going to be like in the same boat, and y'all are all going to sit around in a powwow and talk about how tired and exhausted you are. And there's no happiness or motivation or like anything going on positive. You know, you always want to have that positive outlook. So, and I think being in your purpose and walking out, whatever that looks like, you know, that's different for everybody. And it's not always about working. It's, you know, finding that balance in your family and finding all of this and not grasping air with two hands and getting absolutely nowhere. So when we were at church the other night, Ryan and I have been praying about some things and talking about some things and how we can give back, because we are very, very blessed. Speak life, sister. We are so blessed in so many ways, and we want to be able to give back as much as possible. And that is my why. When I get down to it and I sit and I write it out, that is my why, is how I can help and give back. And so I like go big. Like I want to be able to give in many, 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 many ways. But one thing that came out of my mouth the other day that it kind of scared me, because I've always, as a little kid, dreamed of going into the mission field, right? And it just sets my soul on fire, but it scares the hell out of me too. I mean, there's two different ends of this. And when we were sitting in church the other day, we had a missionary come, and we can't really talk about where they're from, but we were able to sponsor a family. And I was talking to my client this today, and I think just part of being a good steward with your finances and being able to work that into a budget. We're taking Financial Peace right now through Dave Ramsey, and we're working on a budget. Good Lord, that is a mess. Especially if you've never really worked on one. It's kind of exciting. It'll definitely get some conversations going, but we have been able to sponsor a family, and that is something that we both have the desire to do. And I want to be able to not just do one, I want to be able to do more. And you know, we have this paper, this printout of this family that we're sponsoring every single month, and they go out and they spread the gospel and they spread the news in their area and where they are and to all their different villages. And for me, knowing that my little amount that I'm sending, it's not outrageous, it's not tons and tons of money, but that little amount that I'm sending is helping people upon people upon people upon people. And it is just mind-blowing what a little bit can do, right? So for me, I want to be able to do more. Like that is just, that's why I work hard. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I said it the other day, I said, I don't want to just give, I want to go. Like that is something that sets me on fire whenever I can say, I don't want to just be the one that's sitting back and giving. I want to be able to the one that's walking in the dirt with you. I want to be the one that's praying with you. I want to be that person. And when I said that, it scared me. Like it came out of my mouth and I thought, oh my gosh, because what comes out is usually truth. And you have to really just kind of get to that. Get to what scares you. If your goals and your dreams don't scare you guys, they're not big enough, because they're so accomplishable, because it can happen. And I see so many people day in and day out that are living their dream every single day, and we have the opportunity to do that. It's just taking that plunge. Yes, Lori, it can be scary. It can be very, very scary. And it is, but it has to be, to step out of that comfort zone. And, you know, whenever I first made that decision about I was going to lose 75 pounds and I was going to get down to this goal weight and I was going to do these things, that was a scary moment for me too, because that was me speaking it and committing, you know, and even doing this new weight loss challenge that I'm doing and building and toning and all of that. Like it's a huge commitment for me, because I'm not a meal prepper. I'm not all these things that I'm learning to have to do. And I'm not the gym rat that stays in the gym for an hour and a half, however I did today. Took me a little bit to find all the machines, but everybody has their first day. Everybody has their first week. Not every day is beautiful, because most days are not beautiful. But what I love is that you get to start all over again. And every single morning, like I get to wake up and I get to start all over again, because Sometimes I just need that. So I have these questions here, and if you're really searching, I do some stuff with my friends and, on our team as well. And we talk about these things, like, what is your why? And we get down deep and talk about these, but what interests you? That's question number one. Find out what interests you. For me, it was travel. So I had to really think about, okay, well, if I'm going to travel all these places, I'm going to have to work really hard. And I'm going to have to make tons of money because I don't want to be traveling on a budget, right? Dave Ramsey says you got to travel on a budget. Yay. As I have 2 Sharpies in my hand right now. Okay, is there one thing you love to do? Like, absolutely love it. And that's just one thing that you just absolutely love. You can't wait to wake up and do it in the morning. Answer that question. Write that down and answer that. And what do you read about? That is very important, because what you're fueling your mind with comes out. So many people don't realize that. You're listening to terrible music, you're listening to all this crappy stuff, all that will come out. So when you're feeding your mind with good, positive, like I said earlier, I love YouTube Red. It's changed my life, because every single time I get in my car, something positive comes on. When I turn it off, something positive comes on. Hi, Jen. I miss you. So that is another question. What do you read most? And then what are you naturally talented at? Sometimes that's not always easy to answer, because sometimes we don't know that. Like for me, I think core skills just in general are, being a leader and being an entrepreneur. And, I talked about entrepreneurship last night and how important it was for me and what it's done in my life to just give me time freedom. But I'm good at it because I work hard. Being an entrepreneur isn't sitting back and collecting a check by any means. And then when do you feel your greatest sense of value? And for me, that is helping others. So from there, I was able to really just kind of narrow it down and what really sets your soul on fire. What is your greatest sense of value? When you sit down and you imagine your whole life in front of you, or just even the next 6 months, what do you want that 6 months to look like? Do you want it to still look the same as it did the last 6 months? Absolutely not. Nobody ever wants to just stay the same. You have to have goals. You have to write them down. You have to put them on paper and plan it out, because it makes such a big difference. Lori, are you still with me on here? I don't know if you're still on. I was going to see if you wanted to jump on camera, because you are incredible at this topic as well too, because it's just so exciting. I know we've talked a lot in the past about different things. I'm a little bit on a delay, but getting down to it and just saying, like, yourself first, your family, and then your work. Those are the things that are very, very important. And you have to really just say, what am I going to do for myself today? And I think that all falls into place of finding your purpose and finding what triggers you. And just really think, like, what is holding you back to start your dreams or to work towards them? I think about that daily. I make a dream board and I have all these things that I look at every single day, but if I don't put them into action, they're never going to happen. So I do a lot of writing. I've gotten away from it, and then I get back on it, and then I get away from it, and then I get back on it. So when I'm on it, it's good. It's really, really good. But, like I said earlier, we get to try again all day long. Every single day you get to wake up again and do it all over. So that's my topic for today, finding your why. I absolutely love that topic, and I think it's great for so many people, because so many people don't understand or know why. And when you find it, it's good. It's really, really good. So I hope everybody on here has a wonderful night. I don't know if I'll be going live tomorrow unless I get this crazy bright idea that I want to do that. Hi, Valerie. So I hope everybody has a good night on here. I'm going to go ahead and finish this because it is my bedtime. I got 5 minutes before my bedtime. So I'm going to go get ready for bed. All right. Y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Bye.